Evening, folks. Today we're going to talk about this butte, the Scharnhorst. Tier 7 premium. In my opinion, a premium that if you had enough doubloons to buy, you should get immediately. This is a fun ship. Very ridiculously fun. She has an amazing secondary array, really good armor, really good primaries, pretty good fast ship, just an all-around fun ship. And being that she's a premium ship, right, she actually has the ability to make you some money. So we're going to talk about some things first, right? Tier 7. I keep talking about it being the bastard child tier, right? Unfortunately. But I will tell you, when it comes to premium ships, the ships that I've been showing you so far, they stand pretty good going against tier 9s, right? They do all right. So, sorry, I'm trying to get the unlocked from primary weapons so you guys can see the ship a little better. Let's talk about armor a little bit. She is extremely tanky, even for a tier 7, okay? I'm not going to bring up the armor layout because I think a few of you know what I believe. The armor layouts are kind of almost like a guideline, not really a rule. And I don't know if it's because the armor penetrating way that the game basically figures out for penetration when you get hit. Right now with the optimized AP or whatever, I don't go by these armor layouts. So she's an amazing bow tanker, okay, for tier 7. The only ships that I've seen really penetrate her when she's bow tanking with AP has been Missouri's, and it's typically they'll aim at the first turret and they'll penetrate through the turret into the Citadel. But everywhere else, she's got pretty good armor, man. I mean, she's really tanky as long as you're not broadside. Even broadside, I've seen her, you'll take some damage, but not major Citadel damage, right? Let's talk about guns a little bit. She has 3 283s, right? So this is the same ship as the Gneiss. But the Gneiss has the, I believe, 308s. You have 3 turrets, dual mount 308s in the Gneiss now. The Scharnhorst is the down armed sister ship, basically before they decide to put the bigger guns in. This is what she had. So again, we're getting into basically doing what everyone tells you not to do, which with this ship, I will tell you, don't shoot AP. Her AP is lackluster. The 283 AP just, to me, extremely lackluster. Her HE is phenomenal, and that's pretty much all I shoot out of her. I run her just like I do a lot of the British ships. So, you can do what you want. I shoot AP at cruisers often, but HE is typically what I'll stay loaded for most of the battle, and you'll see that in a second. Let's talk about her secondaries, okay? She's got 7 dual mount 105s, and then 4 single mount 150s, and 4 dual mount 150s, okay? With a secondary build, and this is my Curfirst Captain, okay? You can see the skills I have with her. The Curfirst Captain, I've got fully kitted out for secondaries, right? Pretty standard for a Curfirst setup. But with the Curfirst Captain and the secondary modules, your secondaries go out to 8 kilometers. 8 kilometers, okay? And that's all secondaries. So I want you to think about that one for 1 minute. This is a tier 7 ship with 8 kilometer secondaries. That's pretty ridiculous. I do a lot of pushing with this ship as a result of that, try to find destroyers and what have you. Okay, her AA is phenomenal for a tier 7 ship. 10-20 millimeter single mounts out to 2.5. She's got 5 quad mounts going to 2.5. She's got 8 dual mount 37s, 37 millimeters will go to 4.2, and then 7 dual mount 105s that go out to 5.4. So the range on them isn't the greatest, but I'll tell you, when you hit these mid-range, about 3-ish, she does a really good job shooting down aircraft. 7s, 8s. Let's talk about Tier 7 upgrades, unfortunately, you don't have a lot, right? You've only got 4 slots. I typically put this secondary battery mod in to make the secondaries more accurate. It decreases the dispersion of them, increases secondary range, right? Really important. And then I have this pretty standard on all battleships, the rudder shift time. She has a pretty swift rudder shift. She's pretty maneuverable, but I put that on all battleships to avoid torpedoes, okay? Let's look at her maneuverability top speed. 31.5. It's a pretty good clip for a ship her size, okay? These were basically battle cruisers. It's pretty much what this was. The Gneiss and the Scharnhorst, they were meant to be battle cruisers, but they handle like battleships, let's be honest, okay? Concealment, again, I don't really typically care about that too much. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and go into battle. I'm gonna double check the flags as I usually do. Okay, right? Don't like to burn down. We can go ahead and throw a AA flag on just in case, and another fire flag. I don't typically put a detonation flag on. I'm not typically getting detonated in a Scharnhorst. In fact, I don't think I ever have. Now that I said that, I probably will. And then on her, I've also got the Arctic Scharnhorst paint job, but we'll switch it to the this standard premium paint job. All right, and let's get into battle and see how we do here. Excuse me, sorry. My retirement antics have lent me to slightly lose my voice as well as have a slightly sore throat, so I unfortunately may be clearing my throat or coughing a little bit more than normal. I apologize if you're annoyed by that. Tier 7 matchmaker. So I had mentioned that Tier 7's like the bastard child uh, tier. I think I've said that every time the last Tier 7, 3 Tier 7s I've done, and all 3 I had good matchmaking, so I don't really know what's going on. It's almost like Wargaming knows I'm doing videos. Pretty favorable. So we are ish on the east side. So we're gonna wander off that way. So typically, what I do when I need a bow tank or I'm in a bow tank type battleship, I'm gonna actually roll horizontal, straight east or west until I get to the area of the map that I want to go bow on. I'm gonna go to about here and then go bow on and come straight south. So. Not a fan of angling too much. Again, I don't want to give too much broadside. She's got a Colorado and Fuso. That's really the only 2 battleships I'm worried about here. The only 2 ships that I'm worried about, I should say. Again, like I said, I got HE standard. I load out for the initial salvo. We got an Eagle division that's going to scout for us. Not the best scouts in the world, but they're fast, good destroyer, so we're happy with that. Try to support this Julio as best I can. I will tell you, if you angle your ship like this, okay, let me zoom out so you can actually see a little bit better, to where I can get all 3 turrets to your angle about there, to where all 3 are able to engage. This is a pretty damn good angle for this ship. You will bounce shells and still be able to engage with all 3 turrets. Okay, so we got a Miyoko coming this way. So I know I had said that I was going to go all the way to the edge of the 8 line, but paying attention to the mini-map is very important, right? So I'm kind of angling back and forth, kind of gaming for position. Carey's doing a phenomenal job. Go after the destroyers right away. Even if he doesn't take him out, right? He's making a maneuver. He's not able to really concentrate on what he needs to do to get his torps off. So he's burning right now. Yeah, he's out. Perfect. So now we're gonna start engaging. So this Miyoko, if you notice, he's bow in against this island. That's a horrible position for a Miyoko. He's wasting his ship. Sitting still in a Miyoko usually means dead Miyoko. Oh good, a reversing Miyoko. Oh, now we're going forward. Darn islands just pop out. So these guns, these 283s with HE, they don't deal a lot of damage, but what they do is they destroy a lot of modules, man, and I really love that. I'm all about module damage. I'm all about the damage tick, right? That fires and such. I'm all about it, and any ship that excels at that, I get excited to drive, because you know if a ship is secondary build and you've taken all of their secondaries, well, there's not a whole lot they can do, right? So Julio's running away. That's a good strategy. I mean, he could probably hold his own if he bow tanked from where he was at, but definitely don't want to stick around too long. Oh, we had one of the Eagles TK'd 2 people? I didn't see that. That's awesome. I guess I need to take back what I said about the Eagle drivers.
Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy battleship detected.
So we're going to try some AP on this Julio, just to kind of prove my point here. He's turning in, so he's not going to be broad, so it's actually not going to be a good example now.
Enemy battleship sighted.
So there you go. There was a 0 damage penetration, right? Gotta love that. Really wish Wargaming would fix that, to be honest with you.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
That's good. Omaha dump torps right next to me. That's a great tactic right there. Nothing like freaking out your teammates, right? So he's well within secondary range, so I'm gonna turn the secondaries on. Sometimes I forget I got manual, even though I put it pretty much in all my secondary builds, right? Those torps, right? I didn't push in to get the torp run, but I'll fire them off anyway. So there you go, right? He was slightly angled, not doing good with the AP. I'm not a fan. It's just frustrating me. So now what I'm going to try to do is take his aft guns. Unless he goes broad right here, in which case we will just go ahead and... Dead. Okay. So now we're gonna shift. Look, unfortunately for them, it looks like their Colorado's AFK. They had a Fushun sitting, looks like AFK position to that Colorado, so I don't know if they have a couple of AFKs going on or what, but... And then this is kind of something that annoys me. If you got an AFK ship, like this dude, obviously AFK, right? Now, granted, the ships that aren't AFK aren't spotted right now, so it's not particularly a big deal, but... Oh, there you go. You want to primary the ships that are shooting back, right? Everyone gets so situated on shooting at the AFK because they want the easy kill. I've actually seen 5-on-2 before, and the 5 lost because they were too busy shooting at the AFK, and they weren't even paying attention to the fact that they're getting shot at. Shoot the ship that is shooting back first. No, we want the easy experience. We want the easy damage. That's what's more important. And look at that. Nope, not gonna do it. Say another cap.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna torp this freaking Colorado. Try to rob the York and the Omaha of any more damage that they can get. Secondaries on the Fushun, who yes was actually AFK.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
How did I not hit him with those torps? So proof about the AP here, right? Pretty good. But I was at like 5, right? That's pretty typical. Oh look, you ignored the Fuso and you died. You died to the Fuso because you were ignoring him. I often forget that the torpedoes on this ship are 6-kilometer torpedoes, not 7. I always think that they're 7 for some reason. Fuso's trying to get the easy kill on the cruisers that are back in the back there. Now, I don't know if you saw the shots where he fired AP at my bow or not, but he tried really hard to get shots on my bow with AP, and all he did was just bounce every single shot
Enemy cruiser
off my
detected.
bow. Again, up close. I'm sorry. Again, up close against that Fuso, I think we were at 3 when I hit him with that salvo AP. I did 8 grand, okay? But again, your guns, in theory, have a much higher muzzle velocity up close to your own ship, right? So the penetration values should be significantly higher. I shot him, I think, right at turret 1, so it went through the turret cowling, the base of the turret, and the turret cowling of turret 2, and pulled 8.5 grand off with that one salvo. So at range, this AP, I guess, just loses penetrating value really quickly, because I've never really hit anybody for that much before at range. Can we steal a 7th kill? Can we? Can we? Can we? Or I'll, leave just enough for the Molotov to get him. And we're going to cap it out. There you go. There you have it. That's a Scharnhorst battle. Not uncommon for me to do really well in the Scharnhorst. I love it. It's one of my more favorite premium ships, to be honest with you, because it's fast, it's tanky, it can deal a lot of damage in a tier 7 fight, and the credit income is not bad. The credit income is not bad. You really can't go wrong, Those little torpedoes, that's the one thing you got to remember. I know I was being really super aggressive, but just remember those torpedoes are a defensive thing. So if a battleship's getting close, he looks to try to ram you. You pop those torps off and get your damage out there. All right, 1500 base, not too bad. I was hoping that I would take a little more shots. To be honest with you, in this fight, I did really good because not too much stuff was shooting at me. Obviously, we had 2 AFKs, so I got some free damage and free kills off that. So. But all around, like I said, this is a great ship. It does really well at tier. It doesn't do too bad at tier 9. You just play a little conservative. Pop that HE. I have seen IFHE. Okay, on this ship before, I did have a captain for a little while where I was playing that. IFHE does pretty good on this ship. The HE damage does go up. The dispersion is a little bit wonky, but that's German guns, right? Their dispersion is not the greatest. But all in all, fantastic ship. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any suggestions, as always, please put them in the comments below. Hit like, subscribe, and y'all have a good night.